Over the past few weeks there has been plenty of talk about Ducati having too many bikes in MotoGP. They currently have 8 bikes in the class, and at the recent Thailand Grand Prix they put 7 of their 8 bikes inside the top 8 in qualifying. This has led to people, and even Marc Marquez, recently calling the series a Ducati Cup. So it begs the question, is there too many Ducatis in MotoGP? Now let's travel back in time to 2003. Honda had 7 bikes in the MotoGP class, and it was undoubtedly the best bike to be on. Valentino Rossi won the title from Sete Gibernau in 2nd, and Max Biaggi finished 3rd. 4th place was Loris Capirossi on the Ducati, and 5th was the rookie Nicky Hayden. 4 of the top 5 in the championship standings were all riding Hondas. Currently, there are 3 Ducatis in the top 5 of the championship standings. So, what is the difference? Honda dominated the sport for years, and now Ducati have made the best bike. The argument I see is that the sheer amount of aero and ride height devices added in the MotoGP class has created an issue with overtaking and the overall quality of the racing we see. Which is a fair point, as I do think there is an issue and things can be restricted or removed for the racing to return back to the way it used to be. But this isn't the fault of Ducati. They have made the best bike in MotoGP of this era of regulations. They have just used the rules to their advantage, and it's worked massively for them. The other manufacturers and teams need to catch up. Personally, I think it's the fault of the FIM and IRTA for not restricting aero and ride height devices sooner, as they have played a detrimental effect on how the tyres are used throughout a race, and like we have mentioned, the overall quality of overtaking. Would people be complaining if Yamaha and Honda were this dominant? Well, probably. Like we have said at the start of the video, the main issue seems to be the number of Ducatis on the grid. Ducati make up 33.3% of the bikes on the current 2022 grid. Depending on the manufacturer, they have 4 or 6 more bikes than them. They have 6 more bikes than Aprilia and Suzuki, and 4 more bikes than Honda, Yamaha and KTM. This will benefit them massively in terms of the data gathered over weekends, as there are many riders that can try different tyre combinations or a setting, and that means that all the Ducati riders can benefit from something if they find a breakthrough. Another thing that's been brought up is the sheer brilliance of the Ducati, and the fact that it is helping lesser talented riders qualify or perform better in the race. Yes, the bike might be the best, but that does a complete disservice to the riders that are giving their 100% each time they ride it. And of course, they extract the most from the machine. 4 of the 8 riders that ride Ducati machinery are world champions in the lower classes. And all 8 Ducati riders have won a Grand Prix at some point in their careers. So they are supremely talented. So that argument doesn't really sit. However, what can be done? It is a very difficult situation for Dorna and the FIM just to restrict the amount of Ducatis on the grid. They pay big sums of money to be on the grid with their teams, and just to stop them from having 8 bikes would be completely ridiculous. What can be done? Well, Ducati might be losing one of their teams in the form of VR46 in 2024. As we know, RNF Racing have moved to Aprilia engines for 2023, so Yamaha have 2 free bikes waiting to be used in 2024. Given that the contract for VR46 runs out at the end of 2023 with Ducati, it would make sense that Valentino Rossi's team would move across to Yamaha, given his history with the team and manufacturer. But as of now, you can only applaud the great work that has been done by Gigi Dall'Igna and his team in Bologna. They have created a monster, and it looks like it's going to get its first MotoGP world title since 2007. And winning that world title for Ducati would arguably be its greatest achievement yet. Like we've mentioned at the start of this video, we have seen manufacturers dominate in the past. It's just a repeat of history. The same arguments will appear years upon years from now, and who knows what we'll see within the next 5 years. But all I can say is Ducati deserve this success, as they simply have the best bike and team. Let us know in the comments below what you think of Ducati's situation in MotoGP. Do you think there is too many bikes? We'd love to hear your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe to Crash MotoGP for more content.